So you all might have noticed that this week I have not uploaded as much videos as I usually do, because right now life is lifing. And I finally got a little time to relax. So I am relaxing here on the island with sun, sea and sand, and I'm seeing that my Twitter feed is going crazy. So upon investigating on what is happening on Twitter, I am seeing ponies all over Twitter with their fake outrage, crying and showing concern for new Game Pass subscribers. Yes, the PlayStation community is saying, wow, Microsoft is committing genocide by making new Game Pass subscribers pay 8 quarters. Yes, these guys are murderers, they are killers. How could you allow Microsoft to make new subscribers pay 8 quarters more for Game Pass? The horror! All I have to say, ponies, is hush your mouth, because you guys have no ground to stand on when it comes to criticizing Microsoft for raising their price. Is this you, ponies?
He says if Spider-Man 3 costs $100, I'm still buying it.
Oh, y'all smoking crack! Something is wrong with you people! What the hell has this world come to?
Facts. So shout out to Silent Merc. He doesn't care. He wants to, and I'm definitely not putting that on you, Persona, but like you were saying earlier, you were saying you don't mind to purchase a game that you love and adore to play, and I'm right there with you.
I think most people will. I think most people are willing to pay the money. Like Sean Layden, when he left, was correct. Like he said, something has to budge, either the size and the budgets or the prices. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be the prices. And I'm telling you what, I'm not going to stop gaming for a $10 increase.
What? Why? You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem.
I would gladly pay $100 for a game.
Huh?
I go to
Yeah, buddy, to believe that these guys have the audacity to say anything about Microsoft raising prices, and they were in an entire YouTube podcast saying that they would be happy to spend $100 for a PlayStation game. They would be happy if it is the PlayStation services were to raise by $10. These guys are crazy. These guys are hypocrites to even mention that Microsoft would have raised Xbox Game Pass by 8 quarters. But let's not get besides ourselves. Later in the video, we will continue this Game Pass discussion. Today's video, we are going to talk about Palworld making a deal with Sony. We are also going to speak about how Xbox Game Pass is selling like crazy. All that and more. So you know what? Let's get it.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. Before we continue with the video, guys, could you do your boy a favor and hit that subscribe button? You will get content like this. You'll get Xbox news, a little sprinkle of Nintendo news when there's something interesting, and of course, Sony Pony Salt. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button if this type of content interests you. Let's get back to the video. First up, let's talk about Palworld. Palworld was one of the games that Microsoft would have showed numerous times in their Microsoft showcase. And they announced that it was coming day one in Game Pass. Now, Palworld later blew up in the gaming industry, having one of the highest Steam player count ever and going on to sell over 20 million copies. Yes, Palworld was a sensation. But prior to that, the PlayStation community were laughing at Xbox gamers because they enjoyed Palworld. Yes, as you can see on the screen here, they were, basically saying that you guys are frauds for liking Palworld. Palworld is a kiddie game. It's a stupid game because the graphics is bad and so forth. But it just so happened that went out the door when news came out that Palworld was doing this. Sony Music Entertainment Japan, Aniplex, and Pocket Pier jointly established Palworld Entertainment. Now, when this announcement came out on July the 9th, a number of ponies reacted to it like this. Here we caught J-Dub lying again, saying Sony bought Palworld. So J-Dub saw this report and said that Sony bought Palworld. Here's another pony saying this, and then another one saying 100% port on its way now. And of course, we're seeing Hunter reporting like if this is good PlayStation news. So yes, the PlayStation community basically wrote the book of being hypocrites, and they basically now is happy that Palworld is seemingly coming to PlayStation and PlayStation 5. But then afterwards, some fans really was asking for answers. Is this like some sort of merger? Is this a deal with Sony? Notice what Palworld community leader would have clarified things when it comes to this particular deal. Listen. So this article came from Video Gamer, and they said in response to the above concern on Discord and by extension the same worries on Reddit, Pocket Peer community manager Becky confirmed that Palworld Entertainment has nothing to do with Palworld the game or its development. Sony Music Entertainment has nothing to do with Sony Interactive Entertainment, and the newly formed Palworld Entertainment is simply to expand the IP away from the video game. Unlike the news shared on Twitter, the announcement on the official Palworld Entertainment Japanese website sufficiently mentioned the video game license are not included in the deal. So wow, so this cleared up a lot of things, and it really helps us to see that the narrative that these Sony fans have been pushing when it comes to Palworld, that somehow Sony bought Pocket Peer and so forth, that was a lie. So this cleared up everything, and we are now seeing that here what Sony, the video game part of Sony, it has nothing to do with this deal. Now, would Palworld come to Sony in the near future? We don't know. It's possible. But as of right now, these ponies get
Nothing!
Next up, let's talk about Digital Foundry. You see, not too long ago, they had a video, and that video basically said that there are some PlayStation 5 games that run third-party games better than the Xbox. But they did not say that there are some third-party games that run better on the Series X. And we found that to be a bit biased on their part. However, this week they are now saying that when it comes to VRR, the Xbox Series console is the superior console. Listen.
And that's basically what VRR represents for console gaming, which is why I think it's a really good option. That said, it's not perfect. It does require, on the PS5 side, the developer needs to implement a proper 120 hertz mode for it to work correctly.
To its best extent.
To its best extent. It still works at 60 hertz, but only down to 48 frames per second, which doesn't help games like Dragon's Dogma or even Elden Ring. It helps a little with Elden Ring, but when you get 120 though, it does essentially solve that. Xbox does not have this problem. It just supports 120 hertz output across the board.
We're talking about journalism.
So, yeah, that's basically the situation we're in.
So I wonder what the PlayStation community has to say about that. Last week they were boasting that, Digital Foundry said this about Xbox. Now, what are you guys going to say about Digital Foundry saying that VRR is far superior on the Xbox Series console when it is you compare it to the PlayStation 5? And finally, let's talk about Game Pass. Most of us would agree that none of us likes to pay additional money for any service that we might be subscribed to. But when you are looking at services as a whole, we know that services would have had price increases throughout their lifespan. For example, look at this list. So look at this list. We are seeing Apple TV used to be $7, but now it is $10. We're seeing Netflix Basic used to be $10, but now it's $12. We're seeing Hulu used to be $15 a month, and now it's $18 a month. Wow. all these were subscription services that had increase in their price. Once it is a platform decides to have a service, you would see these increases from time to time. I mean, this is nothing new and this is not surprising. This is what services do. So why is the gaming community making such a big deal for Microsoft raising the Xbox Game Pass by $2 to $3? This is unheard of, because they did not have the same energy and the same, anger when Sony did it. As a matter of fact, look at this. Sony has defended its decision to raise PlayStation Plus service by up to 35%. Wow. So here we have Sony raise their PlayStation Plus services to $18. I believe it's $17 or $18. And are you ponies happy with that PlayStation service? Well, let's see what the evidence say. So this is a PlayStation website, Push Square, and they ask, are you happy with the PlayStation Plus Essential Games for June 2024? And notice what you ponies said about that. You ponies said this. Look at this. You ponies said that when he said, are you happy with the PlayStation Plus Essential Games for June 2024? The majority of you said, nah, could do better or could be better. That's your website. That's what you are saying, right? When we even look at this here. Look how many of you ponies said no to this question. So at the end of the day, the evidence show that the majority of you PlayStation fans are upset with the PlayStation Plus services. So why didn't you guys say something? Why the majority of you didn't say something when it comes to the PlayStation Plus being increased? But if you was to compare that to what Xbox gamers are getting in Xbox Game Pass, there is no comparison. Absolutely no comparison. Look how many games are coming into Game Pass. Look how many bangers that are coming into Game Pass. Look at Call of Duty coming into Game Pass. We're getting Activision games and all of these things. It is obvious that the price would increase. And another point to note with this price increase, it does not apply to existing Game Pass subscribers. So the price increase would eventually happen sometime in September for existing Game Pass subscribers. But if you were already subscribed to Game Pass, most of these charges will not apply to you. This is for new subscribers. So what's the big deal about that? Now, when Microsoft announced this price increase, we had persons like MBG saying, well, this is it for Game Pass. Game Pass is dead. He was reading something from Zuby Tech, and he was saying it's possible it can happen. Listen to him here.
I actually want to highlight something that Zuby Tech said as well. Hold on. Is this showing up? Yeah, I thought this was kind of interesting. I'm curious what you guys think, if you agree or disagree with Zuby Tech here. Zuby Tech says this is insane. How do you go from day one games to no day one games? $240 for not owning a single game. Game Pass is already stagnant. The market is saturated. Game Pass is done. The 36-month stacking limit now dropped down to 13 months. It's over for this service in terms of growth. They won't beat PlayStation Plus subscriber numbers, which has the most in gaming. These Call of Duty gamers are casuals and now have zero reason to spend over 2 times the cost of actually owning the game. The free suggestion is a lie. It is cheaper to buy the game every year than to sub to Game Pass. You'll see a drop-off now even more steep. Game Pass was, is, and will never be sustainable, period. You will have 100%. You will 100% see another price hike within 2 years. What do you guys think? Do you agree or disagree with Zuby Tech here? It's an interesting evaluation. I would assume that there are definitely people who do disagree, for sure.
Well, MBG, I disagree. Hold on to this. So these guys know absolutely nothing. As soon as MBG said this, notice what happened to persons buying Game Pass online. Look at this. Xbox Game Pass becomes top seller on CD keys as players cash in before price hike. One major beneficiary of this is the code selling website CD Keys, which has seen its 3-month Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription jump to the top of the best-selling list. It's overtaken Minecraft, Java and Bedrock Edition, and Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree to claim the top spot, which the 1-month Ultimate subscription setting is 4th place. Wow. So I thought MBG and Zubitech said that no one is going to buy Xbox subscriptions again because of what Microsoft did, which was raise the price. I thought he said that, this is it for Game Pass, it's dead. Game Pass subscriptions is selling out on CD Keys, left, right, and center. It is number 1 on the top selling chart. So this just shows that Microsoft knows what they are doing. They know that Game Pass subscriptions would sell with Call of Duty going into that. And when the other big games drop, we would also see a bump in subscriptions as well. So these guys really don't know anything, and that's why they have those stupid takes. But let me hear what you think about everything that was said today. It could be about Game Pass, it could be about Palworld. What are your thoughts on everything that was said? Let me know in the comment sections below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.